Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Welcome, one and all. Thank you so much for being here. And let's see who's here first. Fancy, Fancy, thank you very much for being here first. And let's see who else is here. Gwendolyn Daniels, Helen Marmon, um, Mary H., and Connie Balmer. Connie Balmer. Did you all notice that Connie has her own custom bell, which was imported from Switzerland? Uh, let's see. Sonia Johnson is here. And, sorry. Had to move my bell. And Balaji Anthony is here. Maggie. Oh, there we go. Slides are ready. Let's go. All right. Novi D is here. Heather Stroud. Ingrid Soers. Adrian Burrow. Okay, great. I almost thought we didn't have any moderators today. Okay, let's go then. So there is King Harry, and of course, we all know that Harry settled that lawsuit. And yes, there have been some people trying to spin it as though it was not as epic as it really is. But I still say that apology, I did not see that apology coming. Nobody could have told me that apology was coming. And the fact that it included his mom, I'm still reeling about that, you know. Hey, Legs, got another moderator here. Thank you very much for being here. By the way, Legs wants to say hi to a few people. Hazel Jones, thank you for being here. Mama Janet, Antoinette Kennedy. All right, Carmen. Nice. Cherry Traveler, thank you so much for being here. So this came out today from, oh goodness, how do you say the name of that magazine again? Feminegra. Feminegra, Bold Voices Unleashed. I love their artwork, by the way. Isn't it beautiful? You got the Sun, Vanity Fair, the British media, News of the World, and of course the Daily Fail and the Telegraph. I don't know who that is representing the Daily Fail back there. But the article says, before Prince Harry's legal victory with News Group newspaper, a Vanity Fair article about Prince Harry and Meghan sparked a fresh wave of attacks against the couple. Reporters with a history of targeting them used the article to push their own narratives. Yeah, the article itself was like fuel. It was an accelerant that they use to go after them, to target them. Journalists like Camilla Tominey and Victoria Arbiter with that horrible high-pitched voice. You ever hear a voice? Oh my God, it's awful. She sounds like she should do Disney voiceovers. That's Victoria Arbiter. I mean, I get that weird tickle in my ear when I hear it. It is so cringy. I mean, just cringy. Yeah, it is so cringy. I'm just like, ugh. Is that what you really sound like? I would hate to well, never mind. Let me leave that girl alone because her lash is already on the floor. But oh, you know what? I was in the middle of an article, wasn't I? So yes, Victoria Arbiter jumped at the chance to discredit Meghan and Harry while positioning themselves as victims of online harassment. Did you get that? Journalists like Camilla Tominey and I'm sorry, Victoria Arbiter jumped at the chance to discredit. Once you start it, it's kind of hard to stop it. Jumped at the chance to discredit um, Meghan and Harry while positioning themselves as victims of online harassment. Now, yeah, we know Victoria Arbiter. Well, she swears up and down that the Sussex squad has gone after her, and of course Camilla Tominey, who claimed that she had received something threatening, but after an investigation by the Sussex squad, you know, more, shall we say, uh, wiser and more knowledgeable members, they kind of took a look at it and said, "This doesn't make sense. It looks like she sent that message to herself, allegedly." So that was kind of weird. Uh, These are the same reporters, known for spreading harmful and biased stories, continue to exploit every opportunity to shape the narrative against the Sussexes, especially during run up to Harry's court case with NGN. This pattern shows how the media weaponizes stories to maintain its history toward, I'm sorry, not history, but hostility toward Harry and Meghan, the unusual suspects who came out of the woodwork. The unusual suspects who came out of the woodwork. Over the years, British journalists have been at the forefront of damaging narratives about Meghan and Harry, from suggesting Meghan's charity cookbook was linked to terrorism, that was Camilla Tominey, to labeling her difficult or divisive without evidence. They have consistently worked to undermine her. Harry's advocacy for mental health has also been dismissed as self serving, further highlighting their bias, while they decry criticism aimed at the continued and to perpetuate harmful stories, fueling the cycle of misinformation and hostility. Now, I don't know who in their right mind would ever challenge someone about their mental health advocacy, but I know some people that are not in their right mind that will do it, like those people that you see with their eyes covered on the screen there. Those are people who will do it. They try to find some type of um, sinister intention behind everything the Sussexes do. The royal vendetta continues as Victoria Arbiter target Meghan Markle. Victoria Arbiter has amplified her criticism of Meghan Markle, leveraging the Vanity Fair article as a bias. I'm sorry, not a bias, but a basis to portray the Sussexes supporters as enablers and targeted smear campaign and misinformation. In her statement, Arbiter accuses Meghan's advocates of aiding and abetting a harmful online environment while questioning the Sussexes' integrity in addressing these allegations. Really? And then it said, "Oh, okay, I see right here. This is this is Victoria. Oh, you know what? I need to save this because I might need this later. Let me save it. When in doubt, screenshot it. When in doubt, screenshot it. Don't want to lose this one because this here might be evidence." I may have to reference this later. I'm constantly saving stuff. But anyhow, who it says, now This is Victoria Arbiter. What about Vanity Fair piece? Harry and Meghan have made online hate speech one of their key causes. Meanwhile, their fans have posted mine and others' home addresses on social media. Now, she claims that the Sussex squad posted her home address and other people's home address on social media. I wonder if they were this upset when someone put something threatening through what's her name? Dr. Shola's letterbox. I wonder if she felt triggered by that. What else it says here? Okay. They've launched targeted smear campaigns, coordinated attacks, bullied employers. Now, that's because she's upset because people pointed out that her conduct with those pranksters violated the rules at her job. Anyway, she lost her job at what was it, NBC, ABC? Yeah, she had this really cushy job. I think it was at ABC. But the brand of journalism in the UK was outside of the scope of what ABC um, would tolerate. And so it wasn't that the Sussex squad got her in trouble. If she violated their rules, as they say, she fired herself. So yeah, she's still hot about that. I cannot believe that January the 18th, 2025, she's still talking about this. What is the point? That was long ago. She has moved on. She works, I think the last time I saw her, she's working from some Australian television station or something like that. Girl, why is you still talking about all this? They've been assisted by media related friends of the Sussexes who have reveled in the subsequent glory, opportunity, and associated financial gain. Harry and Meghan have publicly thanked the followers, posting in their name, and they've awarded their clout chasing cohorts. Why? Because in the wake of the Vanity Fair article, which was only a matter of time, they needed people who believed in the fantasy to defend them. A fantasy to defend them? We're fantasizing to defend them? Oh, gosh, this is worse than I thought. As more information comes to light, I hope those who have aided and abetted their quest for fame and fortune are outed for the role they've played. Online safety is critical, as is a secure working environment, given the latest allegations the Sussexes don't have a leg to stand on. Why is it? Oh, it was CNN. Thank you. Thank you, Sonia Johnson. Yeah, it wasn't ABC, it was CNN. Yeah, thank you very much. I never looked at it. I couldn't remember which network she was working on. Let me show you the what I was referencing here. Let me show it to you. My goodness. I cannot believe she's still talking about this. It would just seem to me that she would want to leave this alone, right? It just seems to me like she would want to leave that alone and move on. But nope, she decides she still needs to talk about it. And then further down here, January 19th, she says, so many faced heinous threats and harassment. Palmer, Andrews, Jobson, English, Nichols, Dunlap, Myers are just the start. Is she serious? I have not seen this thread before now. Oh my goodness. You know I'm saving that, don't you? You know I'm saving that. Might need to reference that later. She is delusional. If I was her, I would just leave this alone because she was the one who got herself in trouble, pretending that she saw the Oprah interview when she had not seen it. That's what got her in trouble. She pretended like she saw the Oprah interview and she did not see it. So, yeah, let me save that because you never know. I might need that later. Oh, by the way, that is not a uh, good. Just in case anybody who doesn't know who Victoria Arbiter is, let me find her image for you because that is so small. Uh, Let me see. Do you guys want an image with lashes or without? I'm going to go ahead and go with the lashes. Uh, uh, she only has herself to blame. I kid you not. She, her father, and two other two-bit reporters pretend like they saw something they didn't. And that is the reason why she got in trouble. It had nothing to do with the Sussex squad. She got herself in trouble. The CNN would have found out about it sooner or later, and she would have been in trouble just the same. So don't blame the Sussex squad. There you go. That's Victoria Arbiter, who ironically got her big start in television thanks to Oprah Winfrey. She was on the Oprah Winfrey show. Look at there, Arbiter. She was doing an interview right there, and she was screaming to beat the band. Really, Victoria? Wow, I'm so shocked that happened to you. uh, um, yeah, she was really upset. I'm like, what is bothering her like that? I mean, she was just so agitated. You know what I mean? It was, and then this is the real sad part about it. The amount of money that cost her job was £300. She pretended like she saw something that she did not see, and they took exception to it. So, you know, don't do stuff like that. Don't pretend like you saw something you didn't see, and you won't get in trouble. But she was pretending. And what kind of journalist does that? Oh, what is this? The evidence of those behind it is out there and largely points to the palace. The fact a partner with the palace PR firm followed social media accounts created just to troll and target Meghan. Oh, okay. Thank you for sending me that. I'm going to have to save that. Okay, sorry about that. Somebody just sent me something. And as usual, me, I might have to use that later. That there's evidence. See, I know how to build a case too. Oh, and arrows too. Thank you. Wow. Listen, you guys, this is why they get so frustrated because the Sussex squad, y'all know how many times we have outed people for having burner accounts. And there's a lot of those reporters that have burner accounts. Okay. Oh, you know what they did in this article? They put the video clip of Victoria Arbiter, and her dad and all the rest of them. Well, anyway, Victoria Arbiter sued those pranksters that got her in trouble, and they had to take her out of the video that they posted, exposing her misfortune. Yeah, I'll just say misfortune. And anyway, she said that the Sussex squad had her so upset that her lashes fell out. She couldn't eat, she couldn't sleep. But you know what she could do? She still had that horrible high pitched voice. She still had that horrible high pitched voice, a voice that can actually cause sterility in bachelors. That voice, she was still using that horrible high pitched voice that could strip paint. It could strip leaded paint off an old Buick. That's how high it is. A voice so high that it could shatter leaded crystal. Yeah, that's Victoria Arbiter. Poor thing. Well, anyway, um, she lost her lashes. She lost her position at CNN. She lost her insurance and all kind of stuff. It was really, I feel bad for her because it seemed to me like her dad, who used to be a press secretary for Queen Elizabeth II, Victoria Arbiter, who actually grew up at Kensington Palace in one of those grace and favor apartments. She unfortunately was pulled into something that was supposed to be some quick, easy money and ended up costing her everything. And that's really unfortunate. I feel sorry for her. I don't believe that she meant to do anything wrong. But unfortunately, now she seems to be looking over her shoulder like the Sussex squad is after her. And I just don't think that that's the case. I just think she's being a bit paranoid. Yeah, I think she's just being a bit paranoid. But anyway, best of luck to you, Victoria Arbiter. And remember, as Victoria Arbiter always says, listen, I can't even do it. Wait, let me try. As Victoria Arbiter would say, never mind, I can't do it. I can't do it. Let me get this follically challenged person off of my screen. All right. So yeah, that article is in the Feminagra, and I will put the link up there for you guys if you want to check it out for yourself. But yeah, I like Feminagra. They really question a lot of the things that people have said or done against the Sussexes. You know, the really unhinged part about what she has accused the Sussex squad of. Um, I mean, let's face it, you guys. By the way, that link is at the top of the chat. The palace, the palace, especially Kensington Palace, they have an army of people that go out there every day, trying to destroy the Sussexes' character, trying to question everything that they say or do. And who does Harry and Meghan have? I mean, they just have a few people online here and there. There is so many more people that are hateful toward the Sussexes. I think if Victoria Arbiter and the rest of those people wanted to show that they have any level of integrity, they would definitely question some of those people. Yeah, they would question some of those. It's just really silly the way they try to turn it around. Meghan is probably the most vilified woman in the world right now, at least vilified by the tabloid media. And they have gone after Meghan for what, 7, 8 years straight. There has been consistent negativity in the press toward Meghan. And as a woman, as a mother, it just seems like she would have more sympathy and more consideration for what Meghan has gone through. But instead, all she could think about is her lashes. All she could think about is her lashes. Maybe the vibration from that horrible high pitched voice, maybe that is what caused her lashes to dislodge from the follicle and drop to the floor. Huh? Maybe that's what caused her lashes to drop to the floor. Maybe the vibration, that tone coming out of her esophagus or her voice box, whatever, her larynx, maybe that combined with stress of losing a job, maybe that's what caused her lashes to drop. So, yeah. Wasn't she blonde on Oprah? Right? Wasn't she blonde on Oprah? Yeah, right there. The bottom photos, you see the big bubble hair? She was blonde on Oprah. And when she did that interview, people like to go blonde when they want to look softer and less threatening. But look at her right there. That's when she was doing that interview. See how furious she is? Poor thing. Poor thing. Legs says, when you're digging a grave for someone else, here, here. Thank you, Legs. Yep. When you're digging a grave for someone else, might as well make two. You might as well make two. Keep digging. Thank you, Legs. And oh, let me get rid of that. Okay. Did I skip it? Okay, there you go. So, Princess Diana's brother shares heartfelt reaction to Prince Harry's settlement with News Group newspaper. Princess Diana would be incredibly touched and rightly proud of Harry, Charles Spencer said. And this, of course, was in response to a tweet that he shared yesterday. And of course, it is making the rounds with the likes of People Magazine. I believe this was Town and Country, and some other places. So that's just very nice. I'm glad that people know that Harry has blood relatives who love him and are supportive and proud of him, just like the Sussex squad. Yeah, just like the Sussex squad. Very proud of Prince Harry. And of course, there is Prince Harry with Charles Spencer, the Earl Spencer, and his aunt lady is that lady Sarah? I can't remember her name. But anyway, with his aunt. And yeah, very sweet. That was when they unveiled Diana's statue. And here's Charles Spencer and his aunt at the St. Paul's Cathedral when Harry celebrated the 10 years of Invictus. Now, the Windsors could not be bothered, not his, father's side of the family, but his mom's side of the family, including his cousin, the next Earl Spencer, or future Earl Spencer. He was there as well too. So, who cares about those other people? See there? See what I mean? Now that's love. That is love. And you can see right here, Earl Spencer has always supported Harry Prince Harry supported by Uncle Charles Spencer at Invictus ceremony in London. The Duke's father, King Charles, hosted a garden party at the same time of the service. They threw a last minute garden party just to be spiteful. And that is the thing that is really going to define Charles' reign as king. All of those other things that he thinks is so important and people will remember, he will be remembered for bringing that human mattress into the family. He's also going to be remembered for the cash for honors, right? He's going to be remembered for foraging mushrooms while his mother was dying. And he will be remembered for the way that he mistreated his youngest son, the one that really cares about him. That is going to be his legacy. He thinks it's going to be those other things. Nay, it is going to be the horrible way that he treated Princess Diana and the horrible way that he has treated Prince Harry. That's his legacy. Yep. Bringing that showroom sample mattress into the royal family is not going to cut it. And then take a look here on the right. Charles Spencer offers sympathy to Prince Harry and Meghan. Harry has remained close to late mother's family, and that was back in 2020. I believe when it says he's offered sympathy, I believe that was in response to maybe that was in response to that article that Meghan had wrote, the op-ed in the New York Times. Let me see, November of 2020. But I thought that article came out in July or September or something like that. But maybe it was, maybe that's what it was. And then here on the right side, Charles Spencer shares supportive messages as nephew Prince Harry testifies in court. And you can see that was back on June the 7th, 2023. The ninth Earl Spencer, Princess Diana's brother, posted on Twitter both days that the Duke of Sussex was in the witness stand. Yeah, both days that he was in the witness stand, Charles Spencer posted his support. So you see that he has been a constant in his nephew's life, just as he promised at his sister's funeral. Let me see. Meghan. Okay, that article, yes, that was November 25th, 2020. The losses we share. That was the article that Meghan had wrote. And that message of support, November 25th, the very same day that that article came out. Yeah. Okay, so it was in November. So when Meghan had wrote the article about the loss of their unborn child, Earl Spencer was very quick to lend support. So that is very, very thoughtful of him. Very thoughtful. What is this talk of chicken? Because whatever y'all talking about, I will still take my chances if it means going to Melba's in Harlem. I will take my chances with going to Melba's for some delicious chicken and waffles. And the other reason why we love Earl Spencer is because Charles, the ninth Earl Spencer, put Elizabeth II in her place. He verbally chastised Lizzie. I repeat, he verbally chastised Lizzie in front of the world with a crowd of people outside of the church lending thunderous applause. He chastised Lizzie. He was absolutely fearless. And this is why we love him, because he said what everybody else was thinking. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. What really happened inside the courtroom in Prince Harry's 10 million pound case? No, it is north of 10 million pounds. We don't know what 8 figures means. You notice how they will just say 10 million, not 10 million plus. They just want to leave it at 10 million. They said it was an 8 figure settlement, which could be anywhere between 10 million to 99 million. So don't get it twisted. Jan Moore had a ringside seat and reveals the details that tell so much. She had a ringside seat. Now, that is a reference that was that has evolved from the circus, as in Three Ring Circus. Now, they refer to the area beneath the big top as the circus was held, underneath the tent. They referred to that as the ring. And of course, there was the ringmaster who was in charge of the ceremony. And so it's just odd that Jan Moore, of all people, would use the reference ringside seat. I would have thought she would have been more comfortable. You know what I'm saying? I would have thought that, if she really wanted to do her public service, that she would have go back from whence she came and get right there in that ring. You ain't supposed to be ringside, you're supposed to be in the ring. Have you forgotten who you are? You're Jan Moore. Silly wabbit. Twigs are for kids. Yeah. What? I'm just say what, TMCD? You must have heard me beating around the bush, huh? Avoid saying what I'm thinking. Well, you know what I mean. Anyway, inside Megan's Montecito. By the way, the article was a big fat nothing burger. There was no details, nothing interesting about the article. She just wanted everybody to know that she was there. She thought she was going to have a big scoop, like she was really going to learn something that nobody else knows. Well, the truth is, she was there. The case did not, you know, happen, and that was it. Almost like a stalker, right? It's almost like a stalker's behavior, like this right here. Inside Megan's Montecito, Jan Moore visits the California home of the Duchess. Wait a minute, don't Harry live there too? And finds out exactly why she may never want to leave. This article is another big nothing burger. I mean, it was just, there was nothing to it. If you're going to write an article about visiting Harry and Meghan's hometown, then you ought to have something to share. Just like that reporter from Germany who went all the way to Montecito and even brought a crew with her and didn't have anything to report. I mean, it's just so anticlimactic. If you're going to go through all that trouble, at least have a story. She didn't have anything. So Jan Moore, who, as you can see there, I wonder if she's related to Rebecca English. I wonder if she's related. Look at the size of her hands. Good God. Do you see the size of her hands? Well, I tell you what, whatever she's making, it would probably have to be flatbread because with hands like that, I don't know if the bread could ever rise again. Jeez, look at those hands. uh, right? That's just ghastly. Anyway, um, that was another wasted effort by Jan Moore to try to make up some story about the Sussexes. And then, of course, I thought about it. There is that Hollywood connection because I will always believe that Jan Moore is the love child of actor Jack Elam. I don't know who the mama is, but I I would bet that somehow Jan Moore and Jack Elam are related. It's just a hunch. Don't ask me why, but I think I don't know. It's just a hunch. John Youngblood says, I think this case is bigger than we may ever realize. Public apology to Prince Harry and Diana is huge. I think payment is huge too. Doubling their net worth, huge. I like that, John Youngblood. And I think that there's every possibility that that is exactly what this settlement has done. Now, they can't talk about it, but um, there are going to be a lot of people that are going to pay attention to their income tax, right? For next year, of course, they're going to pay attention to their income tax, and they're going to try to evaluate what the rise of income may be. And even if they donate the money to charity, some of it or all of it, or the other way that you can figure it out is just looking at the foundation. And believe me, I'm not saying anything that they haven't already thought of because the Sussexes probably are some of the most thorough people in California when it comes to their finances because there's just too many people waiting for them to misstep. They're always waiting for a misstep, but they're doing everything by the book, and they can they can look all they want, but they're not going to find any inconsistencies. Unfortunately, I was not prepared with that legs, but I'll see what I can do next time. Um, Heather Stroud says no non-disclosure agreement to apparently. Yeah, there's no non-disclosure agreement. Harry is not bound by anything to you know withhold information about the exchange of whatever. He is not bound to withhold anything. He can say whatever he wants whenever he wants. So there's that to consider. Now, I have a soundbite for you. Thank you to Zandy Sussex. And here's sour faced Tina Brown admitting that Willie will be jealous and irritated by the positive press around Harry and his heroically securing an apology for his mother. Even the haters know Willie's a piece of crap. Yeah, even the haters know Willie's a piece of crap. So let me prepare that for you. Okay. You know what, guys? I tell you, when it comes to the Sussex squad, they know they are so. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, when it to collecting, I'm sorry, when it comes to collecting receipts, I the Sussex squad, they have no match. They have no match. The Sussex squad are notorious receipt keepers. I do what I can, you know that. I try to do whatever I can, but it's good to do that because from time to time they will um, change their tune about certain things that they've said in the past or that they've done in the past. And without those receipts and being able to flood the social media with those receipts, they would get away with it. They would get away with that. Okay. So, okay. Is that what I'm looking for? No. Ha, there we go. That's what I was looking for. Check it out. Check it out. Well, anyway, let me do it after the soundbite. I'll show you. Okay, let me get to that really fast. Tina Brown. You know, Tina Brown, it's not that she really cares for the Sussexes. We know that. What Tina Brown is trying to do is save the monarchy from themselves. Tina Brown is trying to save the monarchy from themselves so that they can succeed in spite of themselves. So it's never about her trying to help Harry and Meghan. She is trying to help them survive. Okay, here we go.
About the other will. I was really interested in what you were saying just a moment ago about the other will, the heir to the throne here, because of course the two brothers have been semi-estranged for a while. You said you thought the royal family should open the champagne for Harry after this. Is this the kind of moment perhaps his brother might look at him again and think, you know what, not all bad?
I don't know. It should be. I think this could be a moment when, if William, I think it'd be a very big thing for William to do, to say, hey, good on you. You did it for us. You did it for our mother. But, you know, William had made his own settlement quietly, which greatly irritated Harry. And I'm not sure how much William really likes this pivot in Harry's image, because I think at the moment, I think you will find, we will all find, or maybe you already know, that the man in the street says, good on you, Harry, for going to do this. And I'm not sure how much William adores Harry getting that kind of press.
I was really interested in what you were saying just a moment ago about the other will, the heir to the throne here, because of course the two brothers have been semi-estranged for a while. You said you thought the royal family should open the champagne for Harry after this. Is this the kind of moment perhaps his brother might look at him again and think, you know what, not all bad?
I don't know. It should be. I think this could be a moment when, if William, I think it'd be a very big thing for William to do, to say, hey, good on you. You did it for us. You did it for our mother. But, you know, William had made his own settlement quietly, which greatly irritated Harry. And I'm not sure how much William really likes this pivot in Harry's image, because I think at the moment, I think you will find, we will all find, or maybe you already know, that the man in the street says, good on you, Harry, for going to do this. And I'm not sure how much William adores Harry getting that kind of press.
Okay, so there you have it twice. Again, it is not that she is celebrating Harry in any way. She is a royalist. She is very much a monarchist. But what she is trying to caution them is to stop all of the pettiness, because you are really casting a bad light on the institution, you're not hurting Harry as much as you're hurting yourself. And that if they're not careful, I mean, okay, you guys, we say this all the time. Yeah, there's in all likelihood, there's always going to be a royal family. Yeah, they will always be who they are. But whether or not they will continue to receive all of the money that they get from the government or from the taxpayers through the government and such, that may change. That may change. There may be an outcry against them someday that will be unprecedented. It's happened before, and it could happen again. And they know that they have a very delicate balance. Not everyone that becomes a member of the government or prime minister, not everybody is going to always cover for them. Things could happen, things could change. And that sentiment that they have now in the hearts of people, the younger generation are not really that happy with the royal family. They always say people get more conservative when they become older. And that's true. But the level of deference that the younger people have toward the royals is very different from the older generation. We have social media, and social media can tip the balance of an election. We've learned that twice. So Tina Brown is trying to save them from themselves. Huh. I don't know, CK. I don't know. Interesting, though. Let me see. Oh, sorry about that. Let me see here. I'm feeling at least 500 million. Some news was saying Murdoch could go bankrupt with all these lawsuits. Well, yeah, the best way to deal with him is to hit him in the pockets. But because of the service that Rupert Murdoch has given to the right-wing, white nationalist type of people, you'll have someone like a Musk or someone like Elon Musk, who will buy those other networks, and they will probably do the same thing. They will buy those newspapers. They will buy those television stations and such, and they will perpetuate the same conservative talking points, misleading information. And so, yeah, you can bankrupt Rupert Murdoch, but it won't necessarily silence the right wingers. I mean, gosh, look at how much Musk spent to get Trump in the White House. And he wasn't alone. Big corporations also gave a lot of money to make Trump possible again. So, yeah, they're not going to give up. They're not going to give up. But as I like to say, the pendulum always swings in the other direction. Let's see, what's that? I heard one comment that said NGN settled, not Harry, that once they read the statement in court and offered compensation, there was no further litigation. My goodness. Well, that's one way to look at it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they were, anybody that they phone hacked, there was an excellent possibility that very personal, intimate conversations were in the next day's paper. That is awful. That is awful for anyone that has ever happened to. Tina is a two-faced. Well, thank you, Adrian Burrow, for putting it ever so simplistically. That you saved me a whole lot of hemming and hawing, because what I was trying to say was just that. I wish you would have said that earlier, because I was sitting up here trying to find ways to say it, but you got there in the end, and that's all that's important. Yeah, that you got there in the end. That's all that matters. Thank you very much. I hope so. I hope so. Gosh, I hope that's the case. I do hope that this is going to make a difference. I don't know how you enforce something like that, but they managed to enforce it with William and Kate, right? They managed to enforce it with Charles and Godzilla, right? Well, then they could strike that same deal. Well, not the same deal, but they could also leave Harry and Meghan alone. Hi, Leslie F. Thank you for joining us. Let me see. Okay, let's continue. Oh, look who's back. Look who's back. I like this kid. Look who's back. It is what is it? Mangrove Adam. What is it? Mangrove Adam? Yeah, something like that. Anyway, he's on TikTok. Let's see what he has to say. Let's see what he has to say. He is good. Oh, you know what? I'm doing that the wrong way. Let's go. There we go. No, not that one. Yeah, that one. Yes or no? Yes. Well, let me try it anyway. Okay, are we ready? Here goes.
I think it's ironic. I think it's fantastic. He took them right to the front doors of the court. Squeakybumtime lastminute.com/undelete all those emails, please. That's what he did. And I think for him, the out-of-court settlement could be a quid. He's got his apology. He's been proven right, which proves a lot of people, such as yourself, wrong. So all those years he's been talking about privacy, and people like Carol Malone, for example, well, just shut up. If you want privacy, just shut up. You know, he gets his court settlement. She's gone very quiet all of a sudden. And the only people that are obsessing about how much money he's going to get are people like yourself, people like the media, the ones that are complicit in this double standards between the two brothers. And also, the only person that's mentioned William is you. Why are you so obsessed with comparing the two brothers? One of them is towing the firm's line. He's sold his soul to be king. He'll have to always be in the pockets of the media. The other one has turned around and gone, do you know what? I've had enough of this. No, thank you. I'm out. And then suddenly he became the nation's pariah. And he gets attacked left, right and centre for every single thing that him and his wife does. So, you know, the circle's complete. He's just completely validated everything he's been saying. It's cost the newspaper a couple of million quid. And people like you will sit there and bleat on about William like... Wake up.
Okay, there you go. That's why I say, you guys, I love the TikTokers. So MOGRELADAM. I hope I'm saying it right. Well, anyway, you can find him on TikTok, and he is telling his what do you call it? His feelings, or he's speaking his feelings about the way that family has been so unfair, the institution, the of course inconsistencies and vitriol from the tabloid media. So I like him. That's right. Speak truth to power. Well said. Oh, Mongrel Adam like a dog. Mongrel. Okay. Well, I'm sure that name means something to him. I like it though. All right. Well, good. Yeah, but so anyway, he's I like his take on things. Pedo said earlier that those Meghan and Harry tabs on Murdoch's news website have been scrubbed, and of Harry and Meghan negative articles. What? What? Are you serious? I had no idea. This is the first I've heard that. I didn't get a chance to watch Pedo earlier, but I tell you what, I will put the link for Pedo up there at the top because, as you all know, I just adore Pedo. And I'm surprised I missed it because I almost never miss Pedo. So let me put the link up there for her. And okay. So there is Pedo Facts and 2 Cents. And I'm going to replace that message pinned at the top. Okay, so do make sure that you all go over there, like, share, and subscribe. It is an absolute scandal that Facts and 2 Cents has not gone north of 10,000 subscribers yet. That is a grave injustice. And I think the reason why is because the hate watchers cannot take Pedo. Otherwise, you know what I'm saying? They just can't take her because there's a lot of people that subscribe to these channels, these Sussex friendly spaces that don't particularly care for us, but they're just here to hate watch. But I think Pedo's truth is just too much for them. So to make up the difference, I need to make sure that each and every Royal Sussex subscriber is also a Facts and 2 Cents subscriber. So please make sure you go over there and like it and share it and subscribe. That is so important. She's got 676 videos, not a bunch of shorts, but videos. And there's so much information there. Pedo is the reason why I work so hard. I promise you. She is the reason why I work so hard. Because I feel like if I did anything less, I would be shortchanging you. So make sure you check it out. Thank you. Words do matter. And Leg says, I hear teeth clicking and lips smacking. You know what? I could actually do a side-by-side of those two. We have it within our power to do that. We do. We have it within our power to do that. All of the lips, what is that? Lips mushing. That'll be my project. And I won't even say anything. You guys just look up one day and it'll be there. And now the other one. Yeah, you all will look up one day and it will be there. Let me see here. Is this it?
That King Charles may never be. Prince Harry, is it being selfish? Prince Harry, is it being selfish? Prince Harry, is it being selfish?
And now, of course, freeze. Wait, where's the freeze? There we go. We got to freeze it. Wait, is that it? Almost. I'm not able to freeze it. Oh, well, one more time.
Prince Harry.
That's it. Perfect. Thank you, Legs. How come that never gets old? How come that never gets old? That and old Mushmouth. She thinks somebody like her. You know, when somebody come to work with that much lipstick on, they think somebody is trying to have them. Well, think again, lady. Think again. All right. So, okay, then don't you find it ironic, though, that Harry is being labeled a hero when all he did was settle out of court? The max it looks like he's getting is 20 million pounds. Now, I don't know where that number comes from. You guys, there's going to be so many figures bandied about. And who knows? Maybe he knows something we don't. But there's a lot of figures being thrown around. And the truth is, we may never know. I think the best that you could do is to just wait. And like I said, see how they're spending. It won't tell you the absolute figure, but if they throw a bunch of money into those charities, which of course they will, then you'll know that you're on the right track. But we will never know. And it ain't none of our business anyway. So there you have it. And look at there. Look at there. Do you guys know Jonathan Pye, the comedian that does commentary? It might sound what is it? Pedantic, pedantic. But Harry hasn't settled. News Group has settled. It's a big difference. Harry conceded nothing. News UK engaged in criminal offenses and they admitted it, finally. So that's it. That's it and that's all. Harry did not settle. They settled. I like the sound of that. Harry did not settle. They settled. Hello, Squatties. Hi, Baron. Be on the lookout for a package, Baron. It should be arriving in a couple of days. Will do, Shelly L. Will do. I get a notification from them every time something is... Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Let me see. Well, I can't see what it is, but there is something there. I did get a notification today. Yeah, I will make sure I check that out for certain. Thank you so much. Yep, I will. Thank you so much. And thank you for the super chat. Okay, let me see here. Oh, the P.O. box? Yeah, I can grab that for you. It's also on the community tab, but I will grab it for you right now. By the way, the Sussex Squad Detective Agency, they always have receipts. That's right, the Sussex Squad Detective Agency, they always have their receipts. We keep our receipts. This is why it's difficult. This is why they cannot stand us, because we're on the case. We don't let them get away with anything. Okay? We do not let them get away with things. And voila, there it is. That is the business address for Royal Sussex. I repeat, that is the business address for Royal Sussex. Okay. Oh, and there we go. Yeah, so what is that small print there? Prince Harry settles legal claim against Sun publisher. NGN apologizes to Royal for phone hacking, surveillance, and misuse of private information by journalists and private investigators. I see that they have not apologized for lying, though. They said misuse, but not misleading. You notice that? They've said misuse, but not misleading. And they didn't apologize for being liars. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Okay. So I know by now that you all have seen this. Ministry of Hacks has something to say about that. As a matter of fact, it wouldn't be the Ministry of Hacks if he didn't say something. So let me share that with you. He is so messy. I love him. He is just messy. Absolutely messy. And I wouldn't have him any other way. Morning.
You think? Morning, friends. Happy Thursday. And on the same day as Harry's successful conclusion of the case against the Murdoch Group, Kate's been packed out and about, going shopping for new spectacles in Notting Hill. More questions than answers. The first question is, why are Backgrid posting it? Backgrid is the service, if you didn't know, where celebrities tip off the press themselves that they're going to be in a certain place to make sure they get packed. So that's really funny. But the other funny thing is, and Royalists, we know she's had a shocker of a year. We don't really know why, but 2024 was a shocker for her. How come she's being packed now, but she literally disappeared for the majority of a year and the press could not get anywhere near her? I just think it's really odd. Is this a new start for Kate where she's going to be seen out and about on her own on a regular basis because she's building a new life? I don't know, but comments are open as ever. So just let me know what you think.
Okay. And he makes a point there. It is a long-standing policy that members of the royal family are not, I repeat, are not papped, meaning, of course, the paparazzi. They just don't. You would think that there would be so many occasions where the paparazzi were able to photograph Kate Middleton. In those 172 days, her image was so well controlled that you didn't see her come and go from the hospital. You didn't even see William come and go from the hospital, right? It seems like those things happen when they want it to happen. And if they don't want it to happen, well, that's also something that seems to be within their control. So this happens the day that Harry, and by the way, not the day, this looks like nighttime, isn't it? When Harry has that settlement, then all of a sudden there's Kate Middleton on the high street looking for some glasses. What are the chances of that? I mean, that's the royal family. They will bring the equipment to them. They have all kinds of ways. They could have gone to some little suburban standalone location. They could have gone to a school of optometry, and they had ways to control this. And there she is, dressed up, in a nice coat and everything, because she wanted to be seen. She wanted to be seen. And Martin was justified to call her out for that because she wanted to be seen. Oh, you know what? I have to skip ahead to find those other photos. I did not put this in the proper order, but well, that's not right either. Sorry about that. It's not in the proper order. How did I do that? Ha, there we go. Oh, I know what I did. You see there? Oh my God, they sent Kitty, went outside to try to steal headlines. She went to obstetrician, the optometrist, obstetrician, ophthalmologist. Anyway, she went to the eye doctor. She went out for some glasses to get her eyes checked, right? Which is interesting because I'm telling you, she has that kind of a wonky eye anyway. It always seems like there's something pulling that left eyebrow up. Is that what she's going to do to get that left eyebrow adjusted? What is the point of this? Spectacles, eye test? Is she trying to be relatable? Is that what it is? After having a choice whether or not to work or not work for an entire year, the woman who's not known as much of a worker in the first place, Kate Middleton has the same hairstylist that Sophie, Duchess Sophie uses, and yet there's never any photographs of Kate coming and going from the hair salon. Kate is clothes makers, right? You never see that either. There's a lot of things that she seems to do, like the school run. No photos of that. But something that makes her look super normal and relatable, an eye test. Are we going to find out that she has some other illness? Is she going to become the international spokesperson for glaucoma? What's next? A torn retina? Is that it? Is that the next thing that's going to keep her from working? It's got to be something to this. She is going to, it's like a soap opera. She's going to come out with some kind of ailment, right? There's going to be some kind of affliction that means that she's going to have that slow return to duty. Don't expect her to do much because right now it's all about her family and her eyes and her, yeah, that's about it. It's going to be her family and her eyes. So now she has an eye problem. And trust me, anybody who's ever looked at her can tell she has a bit of an eye problem. But yeah, that's it. I have just solved that one. That is the new thing. Kate's eyes. Kate's eyes. Look for another one of those Summer Eve commercials where she'll be as fresh as a summer's eve, or she will walk through a field of grain, jumping on haystacks and rolling in the sand, making out with William. Yeah. It will be Kate what is it? Kate is returning to work part 2. Yeah, there you go. Look at there. Maybe all of, you know what I just realized? Maybe because she has such a fragile ego, maybe all of the mirrors at home have adjusted. They have adjusted all the mirrors at home so that they're more pleasant than real mirrors. And so she just caught a good look at herself. Now she sees what we see. Now she sees what we're seeing. You think that's what just happened there? It's like, my God, my face. It's almost like she just saw herself for the first. Do she have mirrors at home? Have they all been put in storage? It's like she just saw herself for the first time. My God, is that my face? Yeah, that's you, girl. Who you think it was? Yes, making a spectacle of herself. You get a bell for that. She is making a spectacle of herself. I love it. You guys are amazing. She is making a spectacle of herself. Rohini says, hopefully those new glasses will help Kitty see where Peggy's putting his. Let's hope so. Let's hope so. Wouldn't want to misplace it. Kate Middleton, the Princess of Wales, shopped for spectacles in London. London's Notting Hill. What is there a message behind that? Notting Hill? Wasn't that a movie with Julia Roberts? Notting Hill. What's interesting about Notting Hills? Come on, you guys are so smart. You got to solve this one. What is she trying to say? What? Notting Hill. I don't know. Wonder what that means. It's got to be a meaning behind it. Oh, yes. TMCD, you are a miracle. She's holding her hand up to make sure that the photographers waiting outside will see she's not wearing her ring. She wants people to know that she doesn't have a ring on. My goodness, that is brilliant.
Prince Harry.
She wants people to see that she's not wearing her ring. That is brilliant. Thank you so much for that. I mean, that just makes me want to mush my lipstick. She is not wearing her ring. And she wants the photographer outside to see that.
Prince Harry. Is it being selfish?
That is what's going on. Lex says, still trying to copy Meghan's style with a picnic blanket. Thank you so much, Lex. Okay, the message is she's just an ordinary girl, just like Julia Roberts in Notting Hill. Okay. Notting Hill, Carnival, predominantly Black area. Okay. I used to live there, and it's a village. Not sure why she chose to come up from South Kensington or Chelsea, where she usually hangs with the Sloane Ranger. Okay. Okay. I figured it must be something to it. I figured there must be something to it. Shelly L says she's giving Thomas Markle. I'm sorry, it's giving Thomas Markle. Thank you, Shelly L. I don't know. Maybe she wants to hide. Why would she go there? Don't they have eye doctors in Windsor? Somebody look that up and see if there's a place in Windsor, an optometrist in Windsor. Optometrist, Windsor, England. Yes, okay. Eye Academy. Is that Windsor, England? Leighton's Eye, Windsor Obstetrician and Hearing. Vision Express. There's like 3 places in Windsor she could have gone to. Maybe more. I mean, I'm looking at it right now. I see Frogmore Cottage. Okay. Vision Express, Specsavers Opticians. You know what? They say it differently. We say ophthalmologists. Well, anyway. I've never seen that before. But Eye Academy. There's a Boots store where she can get her eyes. I count eight places, like 11 places nearby where she can get her eyes checked. So why is she in Notting Hill? Why is she in Notting Hill? Interesting. Let me see the scarf from the photo shoot. Hang on, face maybe same day and photographer in Notting Hill. Huh. I don't know. So okay, let's dissect this. She's got her hand up, making sure that people know that she doesn't have her ring on, the sapphire and diamond ring, right? And obviously, she alerted the press that she would be there. Otherwise, how would Backgrid know to look for her? It's so random. Why would they be there? Let alone, why would she be there? Let me see. Remember that fake paparazzi visit to the bookstore when she wore that baby blue coat? Funny you should say that. Funny you should say that, because guess what? I have it. I have it. That one. This happened. This happened March 7th, the 7th of March, 2020. And you know what else was happening that week? Meghan was coming to town for the Commonwealth. Meghan was coming to town for the Commonwealth, and it just so happens Kate was seen walking out of a shop. I don't know what street that was. I don't know what street that was. Was it Oxford Street? But she was seen coming out of a shop. So this is a desperate bid for attention. This is a desperate bid for attention. That was the 7th of March, 2020. Let me see where she was coming from. Yeah, that was a week before, like days before Kate came back to the UK to teach them how to dress. It says here, a rare look at how Kate Middleton dresses off duty. And let me see. It isn't very often. It's photographed. She's off the, let me see, off the clock in streets of London. But on Friday, paparazzi got a rare shot of her in casual style. Oh my goodness. The paywall just popped up. Hold on a second. Taking of the Duchess of Cambridge while she was shopping. Okay, she was at Waterstones bookstore. Someone said that earlier, that she was at the Waterstones, right? And that's by Kensington Palace. And she's wearing a blue mulberry coat and matching turtleneck, which she paired with some skinny jeans, black loafers. Now, you guys, I want you to take a look at this. Look at how she dressed before the Meghan effect. And look at her there. Wide leg pants. Her coat is longer. You see what I mean? Look at how long her coat is. That is definitely the Meghan effect. Like I said, that was before Meghan came back to town to teach them heifers how to dress. Okay? Okay? Notice the difference. Notice the difference. As soon as I saw this, I instantly thought about that. Ugly purse, plain coat, skinny jeans, and some loafers. And now look. What a difference a day makes. She's just like a typical mom out there shopping on the high street. Thank you, Rohini. I knew there was something to it. Oh, what I miss? What I miss? What I miss? Maybe she's not on payroll anymore and is not covered anymore. That's why they said to, that's what they said to Princess Meghan. Here, here. Rosalind Gatewood, thank you so much for joining us. Okay. Oh my goodness, I looked up and there's like 1,200 people in here. Don't forget to hit that like button, you guys. Don't forget to hit that like button. That is how we keep the lights on around here. Every time you hit that like button, it means engagement. And engagement means cha-ching, cha-ching. So please hit that like button. Uh-huh, uh-huh. You see there? What a difference. What a difference. But she still got that funny tick going on with her mouth. It's just like a little tick. You know what I mean? When she gets older, she's going to probably do just like this. Yep. When she gets older, that's what's going to happen. She got a little facial tick. Yes, thank you, Vinny Blair. I see, I knew it was something to this. Okay, so let me go back to where I left off because I don't want to skip anything. So let me see. Let me see, how do I do that? Okay, I'm gonna go back because I don't want to miss nothing. Let me go back to where I left off because there's a bunch in between. So I was here. That should have been further down, but anyway, you all get what happened. So we heard what Martin said. Now, this one is not on that same track, but it is still very good, and I want you guys to hear it.
You got to take it with a grain of salt. This is through their lens. But think about this. We've only heard their story through the mechanism of the palace and the gross tabloid press. Don't you think they have a right to tell their story? Go watch it on Netflix. William is Charles's son, and Harry is very much Diana's son. Because think about it, and you realize that he is not taking anything away from William, but Harry processed his mother's death very differently than William did. William had another track. William was and is preparing to be king. Harry admits he had a throwaway line that I want you guys to listen closely when he says it. And Addie, I don't know if you heard this. He said, talking about mourning his mother, he goes, I was left alone to process my mother's death, which tells me the infrastructure of the palace were not there. You know, they were rightfully so constant. It's not a fault of William, but that's why if you have watched your mother go through what we all watched Diana go through, and if you're Harry and your mother got killed because of that, wouldn't you do everything in your power to prevent that happening to your wife and child? And that's exactly what Harry did. It's unbelievable. Yeah. I walked away a bigger fan because I have a much better appreciation for what they really went through. I really do.
And they produce
they produce it. Which, look, you got to take it with a grain of salt. This is through their lens. But think about this. We've only heard their story through the mechanism of the palace and the gross tabloid press. Don't you think they have a right to tell their story? Go watch it on Netflix. William is Charles's son.
Okay. So obviously he's talking about the docuseries Harry and Meghan. And I kind of feel like I've seen this before, but I don't recall. However, it still is relevant today. So far, Harry and Meghan's story, let's say 9 times out of 10, 99 times out of 10, I'm sorry, 99 times out of 100, their story has been told by people that are not sympathetic or considerate to them. As a matter of fact, this story has been told by people who really have it in for them. Those people that tell their story, like before the Sussex Squad, they used to have all types of royal reporters appearing on American television. And everything that they said was favorable to the royal family, to Will and Kate, Charles and Godzilla. It was never, ever sympathetic toward the Sussexes. That was very rare. And the people who did try to speak up for them, let's face it, they did not have the ability to explain things clearly. They could not articulate the problem as clear as, say, Dr. Scholler. And Dr. Scholler is not a squatty, but she's aware of what they're up against, right? She is quite aware of what they're up against. And unlike some of those people who occasionally say things from the Sussex point of view, Dr. Scholler is completely consistent in her reporting about the Sussexes. There's no back and forth. There's no voice for this network and a voice for that network. She has been consistent from start to finish, always consistent. And I could think of only a couple of times where Dr. Scholler has said some things unrelated to the Sussexes that I didn't really care for. But, you know, we're grown, we're adults, and the enemy of my enemy has become my friend. And that's the way I look at it. But of course, Dr. Scholler is not an enemy, but I'm just using that as a reference as to why sometimes you have to tolerate people that you may not necessarily be crazy about, like Dr. Tim Wilson or Professor Tim Wilson. I think it was about a week ago, someone decided to straighten me out about Professor Wilson in the comment section, which I didn't really care for that. I know who Tim Wilson is. I know he's a royalist. And sometimes it bothers people when I, you know, have a laugh with certain people that they see as the enemy or that they see as troublesome. And I get it. It seems like I'm humanizing that person, right? By making them the butt of the joke. That is not the case. I don't feel any differently about them. And I know Tim Wilson is a royalist, but from time to time, he gets it right. He gets it right. And those times that he get it right, I may share it, I may not share it, but sometimes he gets it right. And one of the things that he said that was completely right is that Charles needs to have more grace. If Charles is going to be an effective king, he needs to show more grace. Harry and Meghan, they're the ones that are at a true disadvantage when it comes to the media. The media is not on their side. Social media, you know, only a portion of it is on their side. They have so much working against them. And yet their humanity shows and shines through again and again because they are just so much greater and so much better than the rest of the people in the family. It's very difficult to hide that. But that one he was right about. The other thing he was right about was when they were on their tours. And he pointed out that Harry and Meghan are doing what the royals should do. He pointed that out. He doesn't see the royal family as effective. He doesn't see them as capable, but he still believes in them. And that's okay. If he's a royalist, he's a royalist. But when people have something relevant to share, you can't just dismiss them because you don't care for them. You can, but I think you're missing a greater point. You have to take a win when you can find it. Whenever you got a win, just take it. Don't question it. Take it. That's yeah. I understand Fraser. Sharon Fraser. I didn't want to spoil it when I got to it, so that's why I didn't say anything. But I did notice that what you had said earlier. So nope, I did not miss that one. But thank you. How could you lead a country as king and show such disregard for your son is diabolical. Yes, Jetstar. Charles is a failure. He's a failure. If he cannot make good his relationship with someone as honorable and decent as Prince Harry, that's not much of a man in my eyes. He's not being a man. A real man, a real leader would find it possible to mend that relationship instead of hiding behind the tabloid media. Charles has sided with the tabloid media. He sided with Christian Jones over his own child. He and William have both sided with the help. They have sided with the help. If Harry and Meghan were the worst possible people in the world, they are still family. Family is family, and the help is the help, right? Those are employees. Those are people that are only there because they want that experience on their resume. They're not there to serve that family. They're there to serve themselves. So blood is thicker than water. Harry is your blood relative, and Meghan is his wife. And yet Charles favors the help. William and Kate, they seem to have aligned themselves with the help. I would never put an employee over my family. I would be committed to work things out. You got two things you can do. You can side with the hired help, or you can work out things with your family. If you're as bright as you pretend to be, work it out. But you don't side with the help. The mother of your grandchildren, the mother of your niece and nephew, and you side with the help. You get into an alliance with them to destroy your own brother. What an idiot. They lack vision. They have no real insight. Both Charles and William, they are so stupid. They are so ignorant and stupid. Instead of working against Harry and Meghan, an intelligent person would try to use that popularity, that energy that they have. You would use that to your advantage if you had sense. But instead, they have done everything they could to drive them away. And yet, the tabloid media has tried to convince the world that they are the righteous, that Charles and William are ordained, and that they're supposed to be there. But for their an accident of birth, they would be nothing. They would be two big nothings. Thank you, Church Nelly. I'm going to make sure I put that up there this time. That is the Squatty Hooks, you guys. Rohini and Duchess of Success, they have, wait, is it up there? No. Let me see. Did that work? No, it didn't. Okay, let me try it again. Let me try it again. Oh, it did go. Okay. I got to reset my computer because it is a little slow right now. Okay, I see it. Squatty hooks. You guys, those bespoke items that you see on Squatty hooks are made by none other than Rohini. And especially if you guys are going to the Invictus Games, you got to have it. Those are Invictus colors. And if you live in the UK and you're planning to go to Birmingham, right now you can grab those items that you see on Squatty hooks, and you can have that ready for the Invictus Games in Birmingham. The choice is yours. But make sure you go and check out that link. And it is called Squatty hooks. Now, Rohini and they have done everything that they could to keep the price down for shipment, but it is expensive. And they have done everything they could to keep it as low as possible. But part of the proceeds are going to go to charity. So you got the Invictus-inspired keychain. You got the Invictus-inspired crochet bucket hat. Oh, there's a black bucket hat. Okay, I see it. Yellow and black bucket hat. And there's a gray bucket hat. And the Invictus-inspired frilly socks. So yeah, they've done everything they can to keep the price down, and it is for a worthy cause. So just make sure you check it out. And again, Rohini is the one that's doing the work for that. She is the artist. And of course, we want to support artists, don't we? Ah, look who's here, Lydia Washington. Thank you for joining us. I felt a bit off all this time. I'm just like, where's Lydia? Okay. Oh, thank you, Church Nelly. Yeah, my computer is kind of slow. It didn't really show up for a minute, but we got there eventually. And yeah, you know what? I got to grab those photos so that I can share them on Royal Sussex. But I don't think about it until after I post it. So, but I'll do that one day. So for those of you that don't have an opportunity to see it because you're here and you can't do both, I will make sure that I grab it and share it. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but hopefully you can. If not, next time. All right, so let's get to David Sherborne. That, of course, is Prince Harry's barrister. This guy is amazing. He is, he's very talented. He's very good at what he does. And the fact that he has taken this case and has made such a success out of it is very commendable. And again, you guys don't pay attention to what those people in the tabloid media are saying about this case, because they're so accustomed to painting Harry as the loser, that he never wins, and that the might of the royal family is always going to prevail. Well, that's just not the case. So pay no attention to that. Let me see. David Alexander Sherborne. Am I saying that right? His previous high-profile cases have included the representation of Michael Douglas, Catherine Zeta-Jones, OK Magazine, Oh, it was in a lawsuit. Okay. Against Hello Mac. Okay. Oh, in their lawsuit against, okay, for publishing unauthorized pictures of their wedding, getting Amy Winehouse, Cheryl Cole, Lily Allen, Harry Styles, and Sienna Miller injunctions against certain paparazzi. Okay. Representing the core participants of the Levinson inquiry, including the McCains, the Dowler family, J.K. Rawlings, and Hugh Grant. From 2023 onward, Sherborne has represented the Duke of Sussex against the Mirror Group and several other UK newspapers. Yeah, he's a heavy hitter, you guys. He is a heavy hitter. Anyway, he's done a great job. And I'm trying to see how old he is. How old is he? It doesn't mention it here. Does it? No, I don't see it. His Wikipedia is a bit vague, but anyway, he's doing God's work. That's all I care about. Oh, Yasmin Page says the movie with Julia Roberts and the carnival is also not far from Kensington Palace. She must be staying at Kensington Palace. There is no reason for her to be shopping in that area. Yeah. I was wondering if there was some underlying message to it. Oh, yes, and Princess Diana. Thank you so much for that. I was trying to figure out how old he is. Check that out. Prince Harry wins. He'd have been happy if the judge had found just one case of phone hacking, but in the end, Judge ruled 15 of the 33 articles were obtained by unlawful information gathering by Mirror Group newspaper from 2006 to 2011. So yesterday, this is what I was trying to reference right here. You remember that? When I said that the judge only needed to get X amount of things or agree that X amount of things were true. And as you can see here, 15 of the 33 articles were proven to be unlawful information gathering. So that is what I was speaking of yesterday, if you heard me trying to figure out something. But yeah, and that was the lawsuit against the Mirror Group. And check it out. I almost forgot about this, but David Sherborne showed up at the Invictus 10th anniversary, right? He showed up at the Invictus 10th anniversary. So he has become a friend of Prince Harry, not just a barrister, but I'm sure that Harry considers him a friend. And I like that. Now, the Witches of Windsor. The Witches of Windsor. There is another ministry of hacks I want to share with you. He has gazed upon this bit of, this spot of bother. This spot of bother. Yes, those two misfits seem to be in cahoots.
You know what you think? Morning, friends. Happy Thursday. And on the same day as Harry's successful conclusion of the case against the Murdoch Group, Kate's been packed out and about.
Sorry, that's the wrong one.
Comments are open, guys. Let me know what you think. Morning, friends. Happy Wednesday. How you doing? And today is a normal day on Salty Island where conspiracy theories are rife due to a really weird Daily Mail article that was published yesterday. And this is a lovely photo of William and Sophie, the Duchess of Edinburgh, taken directly from that article. Why was it weird, Martin? I hear you all saying. it was weird because it was talking about William and Sophie's relationship and how he's got big plans for her. Now, there's no doubt she is absolutely stunning. She looks great in this photo, which is from last year. She looks great all of the time, hands down. Why is there a conspiracy theory? Well, Sophie has been involved in some quite controversial activity in the past, mainly about when her motorcade was speeding through London and the motorcade hit and sadly killed a pedestrian. Why is that controversial? Why is it not just classed as a terrible accident? Sophie was speeding through London when her only official engagement that day was absolutely miles away. Why, as a minor royal, did she need the blue light treatment? Why was she rushing from one place to another? Who else was in the car with her? Not saying it was William, because we don't really know. We weren't there. But it was an awful day for the lady concerned, her family, and the UK, to be honest. And the questions about why just haven't been answered. Comments are open, guys. Let me know what you think.
What you couldn't see is he was kind of waving his hand like, like giving you the signal to come up with your own conclusion, which was kind of interesting. Not sure what he's trying to say, but I think I got a good idea. Yeah, we're not sure who else was in the car, why there was a blue light special. When you see a blue light special in America, that usually means that there's a sale at the Kmart discount store or a police emergency. In the UK, it's either a police emergency or a member of the royal family is being transported. So why the blue lights? We don't know. We don't know. But he makes a good point. We still don't know who else was in the car. By the way, you guys, I have an incredible update for you. Did you notice you didn't hear my chair squeaking? Have you noticed that? That is because that chair finally gave out. It had become dangerous. It was wobbling left and right. And when I turned it over, I realized that metal fatigue had caused a separation at a certain point. So I had to take it down and put up the new chair. How long have I had this new chair? I'm going to say I had it for at least a year. But yeah, I finally had to put that new chair together. So I'm sitting in it right now. I'm not liking it yet because I haven't broken it in. But it's pretty comfortable, though. Isn't that something? That chair was still in the box from last year or a year before last. But now I'm sitting in it and it's handling its business. So no more squeaky chair for a while. Also, let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this. Look at William. Look at Sophie. Sophie is the last person on the balcony with William, making sure that William knows that she is the royal family's secret weapon. Yeah, making sure that William knows that she and she alone can save the royal family. She can do the work of Harry and Meghan. Yes, breaking news. Baron is finally sitting on the new chair. Yes, yes. Now that is happy news. The old chair is gone and the new chair has arisen. Time to celebrate. All right. And all is well in the world today because the squeaky chair is no more. But yeah, so what exactly was Sophie up to? Why did she need to be the last person on the balcony with William, hoping to gain the attention of the future king, hoping that he would cast favor upon her family and perhaps, just perhaps, her son, um, Viscount Severin, might actually become the next Duke of Edinburgh? Because otherwise, that title is going to go back to the crown. It will revert back to the crown and it will be given out at the king's discretion. Yeah. My goodness. What an opportunist, huh? Sophie Rees-Jones, the woman that disrespected Queen Elizabeth with the fake chic fiasco. Yeah. You know, I still can't understand how that worked 3 times. It worked with Sophie, it worked with Sarah, and who else got the fake chic treatment? Didn't they do that 3 times? Sophie, Sarah, and who else? How many times are you going to let someone fool you? Well, I'm a sheik. I have a lot of money. Tell me everything you know about the royal family. Huh? I'm a sheik. I got lots of money. You know, all that oil stuff. Tell me everything you know about the royal family. It's not really necessary for the business we're conducting today, but I like gossip. So tell me what you know. Well, first of all, Edward is not gay. Um, oh. And of course, maybe all of that smiling and laughing. Oh, William, you are just so witty. Oh, William, you're the funniest person. Oh, William. All of that smoozing and laughing and stuff with William. And look at what happened. She managed to wear the lotus tiara. That belongs to his wife. It's on permanent loan to his wife. But because of her connection to William, now she gets to wear it. I still say that that should not have happened. That is a huge slight to Kate Middleton. And if Kate Middleton never wears that lotus tiara again, then you will know that she is pissed, that she is highly upset. And of course, as I said, this was out of order. Eventually, I was going to talk about this, but I shared this with you earlier, trying to figure out why she's not wearing her wedding band. Why is she over in Notting Hill getting her eyes tested? Why? And then, of course, if you just joined us, this is another thing that we noticed. This is Kate over at Notting Hill going to the eye doctor. What was it, yesterday? Trying to steal headlines away from Harry. And this is Kate back in 2020, March of 2020, days before Meghan made her triumphant return to teach them heifers how to dress. Look at her. This is how Kate used to dress before Meghan's influence. And this is Kate today. Wide leg pants. Her coat is longer. She's not, well, she's still doing that funny facial tick you can see on the right side. She's still got that weird facial tick. See there? See how she do her mouth? Wonder why she do that. Is that anxiety? Alcohol? What's wrong with her? What's wrong with that face of hers with that weird mouth? It's just a very weird facial tick. Very strange. Something wrong with your mouth? Why is your mouth askew? As Celebrity would say. She always has her mouth askew. Still haven't figured that out yet. And of course, there's Sophie trying to throw shade at Meghan. See there? Trying to throw shade at Meghan. And I guess that shade, along with laughing at William's flat, no sense jokes. William's jokes always fall flat. But, you know, Sophie laughs at it. She has to, because she don't want to be on William's bad side, especially when he becomes king, when he has more power. Oh, look at that. Rumor has it that Edward and Sophie are separated, but won't fully divorce since they need her as a working royal. Subtle hint today, she re-wore necklace with diamond letters, this time E for Edward. Well, that's gone. Now flaunting only L for Louise and J for James. Isn't that something? Now, that's from a while ago, from 2023 to be exact. And then take a look here on the right side. Another in all but name only divorce for the Windsors. You see there? It's been months since Sophie was last seen wearing her engagement and wedding rings. She even ditched the E pendant from her necklace and often wears the aquamarine ring reminiscent of Princess Diana's post-separation choice. Yeah, isn't that something? So there you go, the Real Housewives of Buckingham Palace, which include that awful Kate Middleton, that revolting Sophie Wessex, and of course the Marchioness of Cholmondeley, and it also includes one of them York sisters, and it includes Godzilla Camilla, and it also includes Edwina. Yes, the Real House. Yep. You got Kate, Sophie, Rose, is that Eugenie? Beatrice? Well, which one of them? They're the same. Edwina and Godzilla Camilla. So, yeah, the Real Housewives of Buckingham Palace. One down, one to go. When it all comes down to it, that's it. One down, one to go. Kate only has to wait for just one person. Sophie would have to become a serial, you know what, if she thought she would ever wear that crown. She would have to take out a whole lot of people in order to wear that crown. And considering how shady she is, I wouldn't put it past her to at least try. They say that the royal family was the inspiration for the movie Get Out. Did you all ever hear that? That they were the inspiration for the movie Get Out? Yeah, they were the inspiration for the movie Get Out. Yeah, the royal family. Yeah, it's something about them that inspires a horror movie, a slasher movie. Or it might be because she's such a lovely, loving person. Not. I've seen mugs like that on a scarecrow. Pure vile hatred toward the people they serve. BS. Yeah, look at that scowl. Look at her. Scheming and manipulating as much as possible, laughing at William's not funny jokes. She'll do anything. And check this out, the new People magazine cover, Kate's life in remission. It takes time to adjust to a new normal. After a year battling cancer, Princess Kate reveals her relief that opens up about long-term side effects, how she's focusing on her family and her plans to return to the spotlight. Well, I think that scoring covers of magazines, front pages of newspapers, I think she's doing a good job without even working. She don't have to plan to come back. All she has to do is to keep playing that card that she has. Right? Just keep playing that card. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I forgot that I had did that. I had forgot I had did that. It wasn't until I was about to go on that I realized that I I had forgot. I had totally forgot I had did that. And then I was like, oh, wait a minute. That's not Dum Dum. I'm the Kate. That's not Kate. Anyway. And then, of course, here, Kate's return to cancer hospital. Thank you. Kate's relief at being in remission from cancer. Kate, I'm in remission. It's a relief to be in remission. You know, she has been in remission, and they have been talking about this since September. You guys do know that, right? They have been blowing this horn about remission since September. And in the year since she had surgery, she has only visited a cancer ward one time. One time. Yeah, she's only visited a cancer treatment one time. Of course, not as a patient, but, you know, as someone with a big platform. In other words, she has done very little. She only come out for the praise. She doesn't really come out to help people. Now, this may be triggering to some people, but oh, by the way, after this, I think I only have one more thing after this, just in case you're wondering. I only have one thing after this, but this may be a bit triggering to some people, just warning you. If you know the story, you know the story. Let me see if I can find it. Anyway, they talk about how they were, you know, how they had trouble in their work. And so I'll share that with you. Now, I didn't know about the thing with Shay Shay. But of course, Sharon, don't you dare cry. You better not cry. I remember that one.
And that's the angry.
Okay, this is a little long, so here we go.
You did have a public fallout.
Yes.
I have obviously had a very public fallout
Yeah,
with my
buddy.
co-host. In that moment, was it what she said or was it who said it?
You know me, Shannon. You know if somebody's yelling at me, you know, I'm not crying because you hurt me. I'm crying because I can't say what I want to say. Just like when somebody told you,
Put my glasses back.
there you go. What would you have wanted to do?
Old Shannon.
I wouldn't have had this show. I wouldn't be on ESPN. I wouldn't have anything.
Because God was preparing you.
Yes.
You will face this obstacle somewhere else. And that's why you see me sit there. And when I hear when she's yelling, what do you want to do? What are you going to do? And I turn to the camera and go, we're going to go to break. We'll be right back. That let the world know she's ready to be here. But also, I represent every Black woman.
Correct.
In the world. We cannot be seen as the angry Black woman,
right.
because now you messing up somebody else's job somewhere else,
yeah.
right? But I was prepared for that. I didn't do anything wrong. Matter of fact, I'm trying to articulate this in a different way.
In a way
what
that you
would
would
you say?
understand.
Right. What would you say to people who think that? But if an explosion occurs,
right.
what would have been the best thing to do? Come back and hug it out at the commercial. Am I right?
Yes.
That would have been daytime gold, wouldn't it? Okay. See, that takes two to have an altercation.
Right.
Right?
It also takes two to reconcile, too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And if you reconcile on air, everybody, kumbaya moment, right? But if you double down on it, and if you type in right now, there are things being said that I will not answer. Why? One, I'm not going to go tit for tat and keep something going. I'm going to go on to the greatness that God is opening doors for all of us.
Right.
If you don't look inside yourself and get better, right? But me sitting up there arguing with my colleague who I care for, and then after that, she makes a special. She continues to say things. We recently say things. Come on, Cheryl.
Yeah.
What you gonna keep doing? Because it's like a man.
Look, my grandma used to say, boy, stirring up old poop, it still stinks.
That's it.
So that was my thing. It wasn't what he said.
Yes.
It was who said it.
That's right.
I've been sitting across from this man for 6 years. I thought, look, are we best friends? No. Yeah. But I thought we had the type of relationship that was respectful.
There you go.
And you would give me a certain level of respect as I've always given you.
That's right.
That's all I ask. I don't ask anything more. I'm not saying you have to be my best friend.
That's right.
We don't have to hang out. We ain't got to go to dinner. You ain't coming to my house. I'm not going to yours.
That's right.
At least we can be cordial. We can be respectful of one another.
So, okay. So that is Club Shay Shay. And if you want to see the full episode, it is 2 hours and 43 minutes. What am I trying to say? If you got some cleaning to do or some errands to run, you can use that to keep you company. But that is, I believe, the latest Club Shay Shay. And yeah, you can see Cheryl Underwood on Dating Shannon Sharp. On Dating Shannon Sharp, Queen of Comedy's Beef, Monique, Cat Williams, and Skip. Yeah, so that's what the title says. Cheryl Underwood on Dating Shannon Sharp, Queens of Comedy Beef, Monique, Cat Williams, and Skip. Okay, so that is the link for that. And lastly, this was just very strange. This was a bit weird. You know what I'm saying? This was somewhat, well, anyway, I'll let you hear it for yourself and you decide what it is or is not. But I was just like, huh? What you talking about, Willis? So let me grab that for you. And okay, here goes.
Are these pretty good? Is it good rubber? Good size?
Yeah, these are pretty new ones. So like,
How do you know when enough air is coming?
So, you know when the needle is 40?
Yep.
Did you hear the question that he asked the young man or the young man? Listen closely.
Go ahead, it's working.
Yeah, it's working.
Are these pretty good? Is it good rubber?
Are these pretty good rubbers? Are these pretty good rubbers?
Are these pretty good? Is it good rubber? Are these pretty good? Is it good rubber? Good size?
Yeah.
Are these pretty good? Is it good rubber? Good size?
Awkward. Awkward. Talk about awkward. What an awkward question to ask. Are these pretty good rubbers? I mean, you know, are these nice tires? Are these durable tires?
Are these pretty good? Is it good rubber?
Are these pretty good rubbers? Well, I'm not sure how to answer that. Why don't we talk about the tires? Huh? Why don't we talk about the tires? That is strange. That is the weirdest thing since, or
Prince Harry.
that is the weirdest thing I've heard since that. So, I don't know. William he can never get it right. There's always something strange about him. And then, of course, at a certain point, he starts touching his nose. I don't even want to think about it. He begins touching his nose. I don't even want to think about it. That's right. Reach out and touch somebody black. Make sure all the cameras see that. Reach out and touch somebody black. And make sure all the cameras see that. Take a little time out your busy day to interact with a black person along the way. We can record things, you'll see, and then you can use it naturally. You can share things on social media. Reach out and touch somebody black. Make sure every camera sees that. Yes, it's not the royal family unless they're reaching out and touching someone black. Yep, that is the royal family for you. When they're not on vacation, when they're not at a choice of some 22 properties in their portfolio, chances are they're reaching out to touch someone black or sleeping rough with a black man, asking about tires in the most awkward way, or they're exiting a eye doctor, dressed like their sister-in-law. They're capable of so many things, but work, that's not really one of them. Yeah. The worst thing that you can do, the biggest insult to the members of the royal family is to ask them to work. There's only one answer when you speak to them about work.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah, ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. All right, you guys, I am done. Thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex, and thank you for the memberships to Royal Sussex. Remember, you can help support this channel for just $4.99 a day. For the price of a cup of coffee, well, not $4.99 a day. I'm sorry, I misspoke. For the price of a cup of coffee, you can support Royal Sussex for 1 month. 1 month, $4.99 for a month of Royal Access. And of course, do remember that we're going to have more of those member-only marathons. We'll have more of those. The first one was great, and the second one was even better. So who knows what happened the next time. And wow, there is a lucky recipient that has been gifted one Royal Sussex membership. But those are quite random. We have no control over who gets them. So remember, just for $4.99, the price of a cup of coffee, you can help support Royal Sussex for an entire month. Yes, thank you very much. And there was someone who inquired about the mailing address for Royal Sussex. I'm going to share that with you again. If you would like to share something, just remember it has to be able to withstand an X-ray from my friend who works at an urgent care. I'm just in the habit of having things X-rayed before I bring them home. Also, I don't live there. So if you're into something kinky, do not show up there. They may not appreciate it as much as I do. That is a business address. Is that like an English thing? Because that's the first time I've heard that reference with bicycles. We say tires. Yeah, that was the first time. But leave it to William to say something completely creepy. Yes, a creep being creepy. I'm not surprised. Cheryl Underwood on Shay Shay. I cannot wait to watch the entire thing. Well, anyway, you guys, thank you. If you have any last comments, feel free to go ahead and throw them in there. I'm going to stick around for just a minute. I saw some condolences earlier, that is. What did I miss? Did someone pass away? What happened? I'm going back to try to look for it. What was that I missed? Now I don't see it, but okay. I know. Yeah, they have trouble keeping their motorcade on the street. They like to get on the pavement sometimes. Honorable Trenchtown man. Oh, okay. Sorry to hear that. I wasn't sure, but I saw it and then I didn't see it anymore. Katie V, thank you for joining us and thank you for being a member. Jetstar, thank you for being here. Well, I'm hoping that there will be some kind of an appearance from the Sussexes this weekend. That would be interesting. Yeah. It's very odd that the language that Kate uses is so misplaced. They really, well, you know, I don't want to help them by making suggestions, but it's all rather odd. It is very odd. Say, I purchased a new shower head from Costco, and it was more expensive than I thought it was. I thought I had got such a bargain. I must have been looking at the wrong sign, but I like it, so I'm going to keep it. It is, I'll show it to you. I will show it to you. It is my new favorite thing. Me, 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 my lashes fell out. Me, 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 me. Me, 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 me. The Sussex squad. Me, 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 me. Okay, let me see if I can find it. What a weirdo, right? What a weirdo. Chick ain't wrapped too tight. Okay, I see it. I see it. Wait, do I want to share that one? Let me see. Let me find a good picture of it. I wanted to show the back side of the box. Maybe I deleted it. I mean, why would I keep a picture of that, right? Let me see. Well, this will do. Okay, that's it right there. Multifunction hand shower. Yeah, multifunction hand shower. So that's my new favorite thing. You see where the thumb is? You push the button, and it has a mist. It has the regular rain shower head. It has a more focused one. And then it has that, like, where it's like the really hard spray. Or you could push the button and nothing comes out. And it's easy to install. You see where the hose leads to? Well, that gray round part, that is for the shower head. It's magnetic. It just locks on to that part, right? You just kind of hold it up and click into place. It has a magnetic locking, well, it doesn't lock, but holding mechanism. So it holds it up like that. And I think that the hose is like 6 feet long, 72 inches long. So that was surprising. I mean, it just goes just above the faucet, right? And it comes with plumber's tape. So you don't have to buy any plumber's tape. That's included. And you can put it on by hand. You don't need any tools. You may need a tool to take the old shower head off, but you definitely do not need a tool to put the new one on. So it's got a little grip there, so you can just tighten it with your fingers. But other than that, it is pretty cool. It is pretty cool. So if you find yourself at Costco, I think I saved $15 on it. And I think the confusion was I thought it only cost $15, but instead I saved $15 on it. And when I saw that, I was like, no wonder it was so high. Well, with everything else I bought, I'm just like, that seemed more than what I expected. Let's see here. So Michelle Forbes is a new member. Let's see, is a new member of Royal Sussex. Well, thank you so much. And I hope you enjoy your membership. And I'm looking forward to many, 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 many months of sharing Royal Sussex with you. Yeah, I should have like a Royal Sussex favorite things list. Let me see. Okay. Oh, yeah. You know, I think my water pressure is a little low. So I don't think I'm getting the full benefit of it. I don't know. I'm not sure. Or maybe I'm just used to the other shower head. But yeah, it's been pretty cool so far. It's like I can't wait to get back to the shower. And the finish on it is like a nickel finish. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how they're getting away with this misinformation, right? I don't know how they're getting away with it. It just seems like, well, of course, the press is not going to question anything, and the non-Rupert Murdoch American media, you won't expect them to challenge her. So it's inconsistent, and it does a disservice to people that are actually affected. And it's insulting. It's an insult. A lot of people don't have the option to not work. A lot of people have to be present. They don't have drivers. They don't have a staff in their home. They don't have those things. And even though Kate is trying to go about like she's just a typical mom going to the eye doctor, she flaunts her privilege. It is really flaunting privilege. Every day that she's in that role, she flaunts her privilege. Without even trying, she flaunts her privilege. When she was a kid, she didn't have to work. Any work that she was doing was that of a social climber. Working on those yachts were to social climb. Oh, well. Okay, I think we're good. Yeah, we're not going to drift over into 3 hours, you guys. Thank you so much. Love you guys. And thank you for supporting Royal Sussex. And thank you, moderators, for keeping this the safe space that it has been since day one. This has always been a safe space for the Sussex squad. Well, 8 months of treatment. Okay. You guys, don't forget, what's at the top of the chat? Oh, Club Shay Shay is at the top of the chat. Chat, not chat. And earlier I shared Pedal with Facts and 2 Cents. I think I'm going to watch that right now, actually. Should be pretty cool. Everyone, please continue to pray for the Sussexes, each other, and the world. Pray for all those who are sick, bereaved, or just in need of prayer. Amen. Thank you, Cookies and Cream.